Hey up, I thought I'd have a quick talk about Twitter and specifically what use is it really. I think it's a wonderful thing for honing the truth. You watch extremely partisan people battling to get their story out there. They have a supreme interest in making sure that only the truth gets out, because it's so easy to smudge it and smear it and turn it into disinformation. So for honing an argument, I think it's wonderful. For the likes of me, with a couple of thousand followers and everything, trying to make a difference, I would say at this stage now it is virtually useless. I would say I am perfectly managed and contained. Probably the only people that see my tweets are the ones that follow me or invade somebody else's thread to what is probably launch their propaganda. I don't know. There's all kinds, isn't there? So I don't know if it was always like that. There was a feeling, and I'm a very slow starter and I struggle much harder than most even to be connected because of the way I live. But there was a moment with Syria and following wonderful people like Vanessa Beeley and Eva Bartlett and Carmen Ranieri and a few others of that ilk, wonderful people. It was vif, it was live. And there was a feeling that there was a real battle there to overthrow the narrative and that it was making a difference. But in a short time, I think I can see how much that's diminished. And this is something that might appear to apply to all social media, that people might not realise, is what a valuable tool it is to the people that are on the other side looking at you. Because there's no other way that you can actually monitor things in real time to see their effect. Now, all these companies are in this really fluid zone. They're not state, but they are state because, of course, they want to function with the state of whichever country they are in to be able to access their markets. And so, eventually, you could find a total hypocrisy, saying one thing and approving one thing in one country and another in another. The other thing is, excuse me, sorry, quick cough. The other thing is that this just doesn't apply to state propaganda. It also encompasses every major corporation. Anybody with any clout at the top will find themselves in a position to control the narrative simply because of the buddy system and the power system. And so you'll find all kinds of different people singled out, whether it's to do with protesting against vaccines or agricultural practices or you name it. They're working hand in hand. It must be quite interesting to get yourself in the mind of somebody like Jack of Twitter. Now, all the money in the world, like all the rest of them, but this power at his fingertips. Now, who knows what he's doing there? How does he feel? You know, there's certain operations probably that he might want to be hands-on for. Watching certain news releases, and then, you know, this meshes in with outfits like Integrity Initiative. Integrity Initiative is a fabric that joins up with the other fabrics of propaganda. But to see it from the other side, you'd see this blitz of information, and then you suddenly get a blue tick making an announcement. Oh yes, it's condemning somebody. News releases, NGOs, bam, 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 bam. And if you were watching them, it would be like those maps you see of the nuclear explosions through the years. Little bam, 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 little pinpricks of light everywhere. forming up a very effective campaign and something that they can see in real time because of the response. I think when it first started out, this, for me anyway, for this whole internet game of commenting and social media was after 9/11. It got a real free-for-all feel about it, and obviously these agents were coming down to argue with you on this same level, and you could actually spot these gatekeepers. There'd be one here, talking about the flight possibilities of the manoeuvre into the Pentagon, and there'd be another one talking about structure. You'd see them all. One outfit you could play games with was Monsanto. I mean, you could literally post anything on a thread about GMs, and you would wait no time at all before you got an answer. And then sure enough, it came out later they had a policy of do not leave a comment unanswered, unopposed. It was good actually, because they never had an answer for an effective, high yield, cost effective crop. And there was a few other things, like Seralini's study as well. So, anyway, I'm losing it again. So what I was just wondering is, what a consideration it is on the other side of the camera. Looking back, reading all your private DMs, composing lists of who is most dangerous, and all the time tweaking, removing people, playing games, finely tuning in a constant state of flux, removing supporters, making you follow all sorts of games. And the other thing is, I think the powers that be were perfectly content to let this social media game play out amongst the people, because they know they've got the television audience, and that makes the majority. You win over the people through the TV, you have enough to elect who you need to elect, or whatever the case may be. Until 2016, when the crowd on social media managed to share outside their domain, bring people in and inform them, and throw over Hillary Clinton because she was a despicable cad. That's not the right word, but it'll have to do. And then from that moment on, things changed. Until then, they're out there playing the disinformation. But there you go, just playing around with the ideas. See ya.